Okay, what we got?
Welcome back to Out of the Abyss. It's been quite a hiatus, so let's just jump into it. Last time we met, oh boy, we brought people back from the dead. There were a lot of research going on, I think. You all just sort of like examined the room. I don't think there was too much else going on. It was more just. Yeah, it was. That's right. It was all the riddles of trying to figure out how to bring people back from the dead. So
and cursed boxes and
cursed boxes and other general nonsense that fits in with this campaign. So with that, I'd like to welcome back to the land of living Larcoon and Jimjar.
What's your health at? 1.
Oh, that's true. I think we were able to. I might be at 1.
I think you started at 1. You came back at 1, but you didn't have any of the negative effects that normally resurrecting you did.
Well, I had myself at 1, but I crossed it off and wrote 33 because I think we took a short rest.
Yes.
And then after that, I crossed that out and just wrote 75. So I think we took a long rest at some point.
We level up.
I don't know if you took a long rest or not.
Never mind, 33 isn't crossed out. So I'm still at 33.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we gotta kill something. I'm gonna kill him.
I took a short rest.
Everything we try to kill runs away from us.
Or kills you.
Yeah.
I need to kill
kills people.
Something.
Well, there'll be time for everything, I'm
How many
sure.
friends do we got with us? I only remember these.
Jimjar came back, Stool is there, Darendil, and and Chucky's still there. Yeah, you got 4 people. Why does that keep cutting out?
For flavor.
Cookies and cream.
Oatmeal? Ooh.
Is it cold oats?
For some reason.
You did cold oats?
A geriatric patient over here.
Okay, so our scenery picture just keeps cutting out for some reason. It says there's having some issues, so just deal with the gaming motherboard background until then.
I will not deal with it.
Oh, something's happening. Alright, well anyway.
Let's all watch.
While that's not important. Anyway, while that sorts itself out. Oh, there it goes. Nope, that's something else. Oh, nope, okay. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, application can be started because it's currently updating. Oh, it's updating. That's what happened. Alright, well, oh, here it goes again.
Nope, that's not it.
No, that's
Pick one.
the heck is that? Oh, hello.
Uh-oh.
Bottom right.
You know
no,
what?
top right had a cat.
We're just gonna leave it be, and I'll fix it later. Anyway, so you're all still in the room with the big floating cube and the chains, and there's bookshelves all around. There are 2 doors. One of them is there, and the other one is on the other side there. Yep.
And then the direction we came from.
Thank you, Crunch, and of course the tunnel that you came from. So.
In this entrance, we don't know what's down this way.
That is.
That's where we came in.
Yeah, that's where you came in.
Okay, cool.
So there are 2 doors that you have not explored yet, basically.
Ruining the video doing that.
Please control yourself.
Sound effects.
What did I just say about sound effects?
Just talk to us.
All right.
It's not man-made.
All right. So the question now is, I think you've all finished a short rest. I think that was the last thing that we did.
Yeah.
So the question then is, where do you go from here? Or what do you do from here? Be more specific.
Go out one of those doors is what I'm thinking.
Find the right character.
Which one?
Do we split up?
How about we split the party?
Let's split the party.
Let's split the party.
Great idea, guys.
Nothing bad ever happened when we split the party,
No,
guys.
it's not like when we got talked by a frog beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we can go together down each one.
Okay, well, give me some suggestions. Or
First time I
give me
remember splitting
actions.
the party,
I guess
Demigorgon was summoned.
I'll decide to go down this way.
You're going that way. Tycho, what are you doing?
I don't know which character's yours.
Behind you.
Yours isn't it?
I'll go right, or I guess south? I don't know. This way.
That way.
Yeah,
Just point in the direction. I can see your hands. Okay. Larcoon, are you still huddled in a corner, clinging to life and happy
I am a
that you're...
severely weekend, so I will go with whatever group has the most people
Okay.
to support me.
So the
Yeah.
doors, the 2 doors are different. The one door that Tycho went to, it seems to be a normal standard door. The other one, which Zavros and I'm sorry, what was your name? It's been too long.
That guy.
Viraga.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot your character's name for a minute. That one is a large metal black iron door, and it has arcane runes all over it.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
bad juju.
I'm gonna stay away from that one.
So the door on the right's a normal door. The one we're at,
Yes.
it looks special.
Yes.
So I
Let's
mean,
all
are-
head. Let's all head down the scary door.
Can I
The
make an
people that
arcana
went-
check on the big door?
Sure. Zavros and
What's your arcana at?
Viraga, you are the closest
plus
ones to
4.
the door.
Yes.
So I need
Why
you
don't you
all
help
to
me?
roll perception checks.
Me and him.
Yes.
Whoa. 7.
Great start.
12.
12.
18.
18. Okay. So Viraga, from beyond the door, the metal door, very muffled, of course, because it sounds as if from what you can tell, the door is very thick. You can hear a soft female sobbing voice coming through the door.
Have sex
yes.
with her.
Just don't make a
PG-13,
mess.
Cole.
Alright, anyway.
I'm gonna kiss her.
Alright, so
There you
just
go.
the sobbing, the sort of like female voice, it's sort of sobbing and half like sounds less like sad and more like suffering or like frustrated. It's like
Give us an example.
She's tied
It's
up
like-
already.
it's just like grumbling, almost like a grumbling, crying mess of a sound. But it's very soft and it's muffled, and it's barely audible at all through the thick metal door of whatever this is. But it's just because you're used to Viraga, since you're used to being underground and hearing the echoed sounds of the Underdark, you can sort of pick up this thing through the door.
Okay.
This voice through the door. The other door, Tycho, as you listen to it, is quiet.
I don't roll anything. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing to hear.
I'm gonna
I
open
gotta-
it. It's just a closet with different robes.
It's Bruba's. The
Go
Bruba's
ahead on
dancing
the
around.
Arcana check on the door. You will need to move at least
Yeah,
within
go ahead and put
close
me
to-
next to
I can
that door
I
next
can
to
help
the
him
door.
with an Arcana check.
Sure.
Nah, not that
That's good water, Ben.
What's it do if I?
Just
Good water.
What's it do if I
Good
help
water.
you?
That's good
That's
water.
real good water.
Do your low dwarf water over.
So I got a
So-
16 to try and detect if I can see what the purpose of these runes are
Okay,
and what they're about.
Did you roll at advantage because he's helping you?
I did not.
Well, because I'm a dear friend and remind you.
17.
All right, 17.
He knows
They
exactly
look
what
like
his fucking runes are.
protection wards. Looks like this door is something. It's just magical guards.
Ooh.
And it looks like it's something that
That's a
would prevent
stomach.
magic from passing through it. Also,
Prevents magic from passing.
yeah,
through
it's
it?
like, and it's almost like some of them are protection, some of them are anti-magic. Like it's something. You get the sense that that Voldir did not want anybody going into this room.
No,
that was
I
not
don't-
Does it
supposed
look like
to.
it's more so to protect things from going in or
coming out. That's what I
Is
think.
it a
It's
seal or is it a protection spell?
It's sort of both. It's supposed to be just nothing. This is a impenetrable barrier that he tried to create,
Well, I'm going to tell them that
so
I
that nobody
heard-
could break into it or nothing could break out of
I
it.
think he's trying to keep it from getting out.
I'm
I don't
relaying.
think. I don't think. I think
I've
it's a
relayed to
cell.
the group that I can hear somebody crying in there.
Okay.
We shot through the door. Hello.
No, it's Pacey. You gotta shout like, "Hey, baby."
Hey, bitch.
PG-13 call.
You hear a voice call back, "Who's there?" And it's more just like a sobbing and grumbly, frustrated voice.
Can I use?
Who's there?
Can I use my Okay.
She might.
We're
she
a
might
group.
need
We're
to
a
be
group of
caged.
travelers. We're a group of travelers who've ended up in this laboratory. Do you need help?
The Lord of Light can. help
What's
her through
or
this
why
dark
are you
time.
why are you trapped in there?
You hear another voice call back, and it just seems angry now. It says, "I'm not gonna fall for your tricks again, Voldir. If you want to mess with me, you can come in here and face me yourself."
Sounds like she just doesn't like Voldir. She sounds powerful.
Well, whoever it is probably imprisoned there by the Lich.
Man, I missed the lisp.
What did it
The
explain?
Lord of Light can help her through these difficult and dark times. We must go and spread the word.
Maybe we should ask her why she's in there.
That's a
Why are
good
you in
idea.
there?
Why is anybody imprisoned here? Does that asshole locked me up? He caught me. Let me out. Shut up.
PG-13. Impressionable viewers.
Hey, you only get like 3 curse words per episode.
There you go.
And we're already at that limit.
Yeah.
All
Do
right.
you have any suggestions on how to let you out of this? How to break this lock?
Just open it.
Dispel magic, maybe.
I don't have to spell magic. Okay, I will try to. Can I use my perception to see if the door is trapped or?
It's very trapped. There's all kinds of magic on it.
Alright, well, thankfully. What is that?
Can I back up and use
She says.
magic hair?
She says Voldir had a magic key ring on him that he carried all the time. It opened a bunch of the doors in this place, bypassed all the wards. You don't happen to have that, do you?
I
No.
don't think we do.
What?
We have
With
something.
that giant skeleton key.
Yeah, we have a big giant key. We have a key, but it's not on a key ring.
No, that's not it. It was a big key ring that he carried.
Okay, well we'll have to come back once we find it. I
You're
guess.
just gonna leave me?
Are there handles on this door?
I mean, there's the one.
Crunch, maybe you should try and open it.
Well, I have advantage on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps, and I have resistance to damage dealt by traps.
Not magical traps.
It is like physical trap, darts and shit.
That's like
Crunch.
darts and
Crunch, you should
pitfalls
probably open
and
it.
Crunch.
axe swings.
Why are we on Crunch to open
Right.
it? He'll take all that damage right in his face.
As they say, Crunch, you should try to open it. Shard says, under no circumstances should you touch that door.
Tell him to explain it. Explain why.
Under no circumstances should you touch that door.
He's like, well, now I gotta touch it.
You look confused, Crunch.
Yeah, you all don't,
It's the
you
door,
all don't
yeah,
hear
yeah.
that.
No choice.
You all don't hear that, of course. So he's like, yeah, I should. And then all of a sudden he's just like, huh? And he looks at the weapon.
Back
How
to
did
the
he make
door,
it into
then back
a
to the weapon,
flail?
back to the door, back to the weapon.
Back to the door.
The
Back to
door,
weapon.
the door again, then back to the weapon.
Just put it away, pull out my other weapon.
Crime penetration, crime penetration.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what did you just
And
say?
this just sort of goes on until the movie just kind of ends.
What? Always Sunny.
No, okay.
I have never seen
Anyway,
You're
yeah,
missing
that's
out.
I'm
what
just
you
gonna pipe up Shard, say no.
You're gonna open it?
No.
No.
No. Shard tell me not to.
Okay. I ask him why. What's he know about who's inside?
While this is going on, Tycho, what are you doing at the other door? Are
You
you?
said it looks plain,
Yeah.
ordinary?
So you can hear them sort of having this whole conversation about, and a voice coming through the other door, and the other one looks like the other normal door that you
I'm
just
gonna
came through.
like open it slightly, peek through, make sure, see what's there before I open it all the way,
Okay.
and just kind of mutter, "Hello."
Draw
Do we
me
get to
a
draw?
30 foot long, 5 foot wide hallway,
That's it.
30 feet long.
Boring.
and then it will.
One man wide.
Yep, and then it will turn sharply that way.
90 degrees.
So just draw one out from the other side, from that side, and then
Over.
the other way. Yep. Yep,
How
and
was
it
that?
sort of, you can see it sort of turns off to the right.
Okay.
Greedy.
Anything else notable about this hallway, or just?
Standard hallway.
It's a hallway.
There's little like nooks and crannies that just more extra, just books and random crap is just jammed into jars with ingredients in them. Doesn't look like anything like super magical, just normal alchemical
Okay.
ingredients. Maybe something that just random little cubby holes that he just jammed stuff
I'm going
for
to
storage.
walk down the hallway, keeping an eye out for what was the name of that plant again? Eyebright.
Eyebright.
Yes.
Who cares?
Sure.
He's out
Roll
here.
me a perception check.
I think I gotta get my dice out now.
Yeah, you're gonna need those.
How far are you walking down the hallway?
I'm just keeping an eye out as I walk down. So I'm walking down to the corner.
Like this.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Yes.
All right. So at that very last square, right before the bend,
Right before the back. Okay.
you catch a glimpse of at the corner of your eye of a jar in one of the nooks and crannies that looks like it might be that weed. Because he showed you a picture of it.
Okay.
He showed you the jar of it when he pulled it out the first time.
Okay.
So you see something that looks similar
That, like,
to that in a
matches it.
jar jammed in the back of one of those
Yeah.
things.
right there.
Perfect.
Beautiful job. I'm gonna reach for it, grab it, put it in
Okay.
my bag.
Roll me a dexterity save.
Oh Jay. Oh boy.
Right now he's gonna be stupid.
Yep.
That's what happens when you grab stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hang on.
How bad is it, Jim?
Well, I mean,
It's
currently
not
it's
bad.
13.
13? Okay.
Hold on.
So
I also have something else. Let me. I know I had something for dexterity saves and such in my
you might be
thing.
able to add your wisdom modifier to it. I feel like that was a monk
I
thing.
don't think there's adding my wisdom modifier, but I do remember something about like being able to reroll.
Oh, maybe it was a reroll
What is
or
up with
something?
everybody getting the hiccups? You're the third person.
I usually get like a couple of them. And
There's
that's
10
about it.
levels, not that.
It's 3 people today who've had hiccups.
It's not possible. It's fine, it's
When you are
impossible.
subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed.
Okay, so
And half.
you have evasion.
Yeah. Half
Okay.
one fail.
Yeah, he has the uncanny dodge ability, basically. So if you take damage from a dexterity save, so it's not a damage effect. So you reach in and you grab a hold of it, and you go to pull your arm and it back out, and you can't get your arm
My
out of
arm's
the hole.
stuck.
It's stuck.
Oh.
It doesn't. It's not visibly showing that how it is stuck. You can't visibly see how it's stuck. It's just
Can I see
You try
like
to-
my entire arm? And
Yeah.
it just won't move?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then SpongeBob
You
comes
pull
up
it and it
behind you
doesn't-
says, "You're gonna have to let go of that dime."
Yeah, it's like the Winnie the Pooh
And it
fallacy.
just-
You gotta let go of it to
and
get
it
your
just
hand out.
you can't seem to pull it through the opening of the hole.
The 10 good reasons to never let go of a dime, me boy.
The Chinese arm trap.
Let us know what's going on. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what's
Yeah,
happening.
give us
Okay.
a holler. Something.
My arm's stuck.
What do
Hail
you
to Tom
mean you're
Cruise.
stuck?
It's stuck.
What
do you want me to say? It's
the
stuck.
hallway goes down another
What?
5
Stuck
feet,
where?
and then it opens to a door.
I found some eyebright and I went to grab it and I can't move my arm.
I'll just do your stupid looking doors.
Sure.
Ew.
Alright,
Why would
Punch,
you
if
do
you
that?
want to open this door for us, go get his arm out of the whatever fucking.
Just don't break my arm in the
Probably
process.
break it
preferably.
off for him.
That
I can
doesn't.
mend it. Don't worry.
Oh.
All right.
All right. So you're gonna run down there and help him
Crunch. See how I'll move down.
out. Okay.
He's not a back flipper, so just walk.
Oh yeah, sure.
He's
He's
not a
not a
back
back flipper.
We're not going in this door.
He
So
lays down
I'll,
on the floor, does a pencil
Stares
roll.
ominously at Zephyrs.
I'll come along because there's nothing. We can't open that door yet. And
Oh,
I
You just-
trust.
And as you walk away, you just hear this voice. You're just gonna leave me here?
We have no way to open it. I'll try to mage hand the door.
Can we
Okay.
back up first before
Yeah.
you do that?
Yeah,
Probably a good idea.
please.
It's
I'm
definitely
gonna-
gonna. It's
I'm gonna
definitely
grab
gonna
You
hurt
open
us.
the door and a
Just
cloud
like
of dust
bear hug
comes
him.
out and everyone
Okay.
that breathes it in
Try and
dies.
rip him out.
Hold on first. So you try to mage hand the
I'm
door
gonna
open.
mage hand the
Yeah,
door
yeah.
at the maximum distance I can, which
It's
would be 30 feet.
So it is locked, and you also get the sense that this door is much heavier than a mage hand could pull open. So it is locked.
It's
there
not
are
well balanced on the
obviously
hinges.
some no.
Darn.
I just yell back. I don't have a key. There's nothing I can do. We have to
Is
get
it-
the key and we'll be back.
That's a terrible
What does
door.
this door
I know.
seem to be made out of?
Didn't you say
It's
iron?
a black metal of some sort. Probably you're thinking probably iron, but it could be something else.
Obsidian.
Could it be a natural
It's
form
not a
of
metal.
rock?
Give me an intelligence check.
Is it smashable?
Are you a dwarf?
Yes.
Roll at advantage. Or don't you
I
have?
do
Do
that
dwarves have
I
the
think it's
thing?
stone cunning.
Yeah, stone
That's the thing
cunning.
Doors have.
Yeah, roll me
What
the
does that
stone
make you do?
cunning
Be
thing.
able to
Whatever the
identify
stone
rocks?
cunning thing is.
I have
That's cool.
It's because they live underground and like
advantage
deal with rocks.
on or double proficiency on history checks made to detect markings and carvings on stones. But I am familiar with different types of rock.
Sure.
So that's a 16 with what type of check?
Intelligence.
Intelligent. Then it's just gonna be a straight 16.
Okay.
But you
You
had
are
advantage
pretty
on the roll.
sure.
Okay,
16.
You are pretty sure that this door is a metal called adamantium.
Oh.
Ooh.
It is the
Ah,
hardest
yeah.
and strongest metal known to man, or elves, or literally anything on the planet.
Okay.
It's the most powerful and strongest metal and heaviest. that you are aware of. So, like you said, this looks like something that somebody built this. He built this big vault door that he did not want anybody in.
Damn, he really didn't want this thing out, whatever this thing is.
Is there anything in my smithing toolkit that can I use to like maybe chisel off or do something to break the hinges on the door?
Probably not. No.
They won't be able to
It
break
also
through
seems like the hinges are covered, so you can't really actually see the hinges. He went through all kinds of. It looks like he went through all kinds of preparation to make sure there was no way to get
this
into
thing.
This
thing is locked up like Fort Knox. We're not getting into it. We're not beating our way into it. We need
definitely
the key.
get that idea.
The walls around the door. What is it set into?
Well, it's stone. Looks like stone bricks. Natural cave walls.
I might have an idea.
Oh yeah.
In the meantime, roll
Stone
me
shape is way through.
You're trying to pull him.
I'm grappling him and I'm getting ready to rip him out of the wall.
Roll me an athletics
Oh
check.
God.
Hope you weren't attached to that arm.
It's okay. You know what I'm great at? It's called athletics.
That's what I'm worried about. It's like not 20, and I don't have an arm now.
What was that? A 5. That's still a 13. Not my best effort. But
Roll me a Constitution save.
Oh, jeez. Oh man, what do I have for?
Nat 20. Oh, jeez.
Jeez. Okay.
All the things. Alright, so he gave you a good yank, and because you rolled a nat 20, your arm just pops out of socket instead of just ripping off entirely.
Oh, thank goodness.
Woo! So your arm is out of socket. You have disadvantage on attack rolls with your first unarmed attack until you fix it.
Yes.
And I need you to take...
You're falling
Would
apart, dude.
medicine
Your
be
eyes
the
are
thing
going,
to
your
fix it?
arms are breaking off.
Caleb's blind.
Caleb's on.
Oh,
yeah, it would
yeah.
possibly
I
be
was
a
gonna say,
medicine check to
you're
pop it back up.
seriously effed
Make
up.
take 10 points of damage.
What?
Of just bludgeoning damage as you just
Dang it, Crunch.
did some
Yes.
serious damage.
And
as
I
I lost
noticed you're
300
not
gold
free,
and
I
40
yank
health in
again.
a
Yes,
fucking
definitely
game of
stop.
No, I'm yelling Crunch, stop. If he goes to the ink again, I'm just letting go of the jar.
That's going to be simultaneous or initiative rolls again for each other to see which one, whether you get Crunch stop off before he just yanks it again.
Can I, if I feel him starting to yank, can I just instinctively let go of the jar? I mean, my arm just popped out of the socket. I imagine.
Let's see if you are fast enough
Fine.
to let go. So roll initiative against each other.
So, I don't have my... Do I have my shield? I don't think I have my shield.
Probably not if you're two-handed just
Yeah.
ripping him off. So,
Yeah, I'm grappling him, so probably not. That's a 6.
I got 15.
Oh no, that's 8.
Okay,
That's
so
10.
you manage to let go of the jar, and he just pops right out.
Ah, good.
And you just, you can just, like fling yourself back, and you can just feel your back just smack against the opposite wall. And he's just got a hold of you in a big bear hug now. Alright. You can see the jar is just now sort of leaning out against the outside edge of the wall. Almost looks like it's leaning against a wall, but there's no wall there. It's an opening. As if it's almost leaning against an invisible barrier.
Sickles have a curved blade, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I use the sickle just kind of like... Well, with my left hand.
I could try to mage hand it out.
So you try to like hook it and pull
just
it,
kind of
and
like
it just,
hook it and pull
and
it.
it's almost like it's just bumping against an invisible barrier.
Okay.
I use arcane.
Can I go ahead and pop my arm back in the socket now?
Yeah. Roll me a medicine check.
Good thing is I have plus. Oh god.
Every time he rolls great on
9.
stuff that like doesn't 9.
9.
I
have +7 in medicine.
You have popped it in crooked. Take another 5 points of damage, and it is still out of socket. You tried to shift it and didn't shift it right. All right, so back to the rest of y'all. The NPCs are just sort of milling around, waiting for a sense of direction to be had.
Can I try to mage hand that potion?
Okay, so you go down there to try to mage hand it.
Yeah.
Viraga, what are you doing? And
I don't really have any special abilities, and I don't really want to I don't want to be in this hallway in the off chance that it like bursts into flames. So I'm just kind of gonna hang out in
Getting
the room.
flashbacks to the Death Star trash crusher.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out in
So-
the room. I've already checked all the bookshelves before we even
Okay.
solve the riddle.
You
so.
can hear her voice. She's still just yelling at you, like, "You need to find a way out to get me out of here. There's got to be another way."
Well,
Blah blah blah. And she's just, and then eventually you can just hear her voice is getting just more and more hoarse, and eventually she's just like, "Fine," and then
I mean, I've searched the
stop hearing
bookcases, right? So I would have found
Yeah.
the key.
yeah, you would have found something if it was
Okay.
there. So, but she's just ranting at you to let her out and not being happy. But Larcoon, what are you doing?
Okay. So, these bookcases that are against the far wall, kind of near the door,
Yes.
behind them is more stone and more rock.
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
like a stone.
Earthen wall.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cave walls.
I'm
Well,
gonna see if I can get the.
It looks worked as if these are
um,
like stone bricks that have been
Oh, okay.
laid.
You don't fart?
Classic dungeon looking area. But-
I want to get the Kragoff that's with us,
okay.
and Braga, if you would like to help me as well. Just move the bookcases out a little bit so I can see more of the wall behind it.
Good idea. Maybe we can go through a wall. And he
What I
starts
plan on
just
doing.
shifting the bookcases. Yeah. They're not heavy. I mean, they're kind of heavy because there's tons of books on them, but it's not difficult for you guys to move them yet.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
a couple of you, yeah, you can shift them out so that you can see,
Nice.
sort of like shift them out on an angle so you can see behind the wall. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just stone wall around it. You can see there's a little bit of lip of adamantium around the edges of it. So there's like an adamantium frame around the door, but it's probably only like a foot thick, foot wide on
Okay.
each side.
Then what I would like to do, and
He's going
prepare to
around it.
witness my glory, fella.
Dude, this thing's gonna come out and be a fucking like
I'm
the
gonna
Hulk. It's
go
gonna
to
be out of
the
control.
to the wall that's I guess behind one of the bookcases, but next to the door. I'm gonna whisper my magic words, and I'm gonna stone shape, and I'm gonna go a 5-foot cube into the wall.
All right, roll me
That's
an
it, dude.
intelligence check. Intelligence save.
Get it? Let this be
14.
loosed.
All right. So as you try to cast a spell on the wall, there's just this shimmer of light just sort of washes over the walls like a wave all the way around the room. And then
Good
what would
time
you
for
roll?
this.
14.
14. All right. You take 20 points of psychic damage as just this loud, ear-piercing like dog whistle sound just rips through your head. And after the light sort of just washes around the room and hits the other meets on the other side and just dissipates, the area of the wall that you tried to interact with becomes a mouth, and you can hear, and through the mouth you hear Voldir's voice that says, "Did you really think it would be that easy?" And then it starts just cackling and dissipates.
Jerk.
I'm out of ideas, fella.
You
This
recognize
thing's locked up.
you've
dude. This
recognized
thing's
the spell.
locked
It's called, it's a spell called Magic Mouth. It's a pre-programmed message. So
He's had him in this place before. He had another mouth like that.
Mhm.
Wait,
So-
we gotta come back with the keys.
that is what happens. And now you get the idea that maybe the door is definitely not the only thing that's warded.
The whole
Yeah.
room. The whole room is ordered. Maybe we can go down this tunnel and then tunnel around.
Yeah.
The weak
Fuck the
points.
keys.
The weak points in a vault are usually the edges and the floor. I was trying to go through the wall, but didn't quite work.
So,
So you're saying you dig under the wall?
all right.
I
So
can only
is
go
everyone-
5 feet at a
You
time.
touched the wall, right?
so
Each be formed
Alright,
the rock.
I'm gonna just shoot a.
So
I'm gonna
it'll
pick up a
fuck you
book
up.
and throw it at the wall.
The whole room is warded. There's nothing. You can't get
Okay.
into that room.
real quick, Zevros, you try to mage hand the jar
Yeah.
out, and same thing. Your hand goes through, it grabs the jar, and it tries to pull out, and the jar just clinks against some invisible barrier.
Okay, then I'm gonna
Um,
continue forward to the front of the pack to continue down this hallway.
Okay. Viraga, you throw a book at the wall, and the same sort of
Yeah,
light
to
shimmer
the
around,
front.
but you don't.
A trick.
Nothing
Yeah,
happens
That
to you.
my
Backflip.
my theory there was to
Backflip,
see
yeah.
if it
Thing.
Backflip.
blocked
Trip
from
into
physical
the-
damage as well.
Mhm.
If it didn't react to physical damage, then we maybe have just Kevin just run into the wall.
Not even use the weapon, just run into it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess knowing that this door and this wall are entirely wooded, we're gonna rejoin the group.
Is the crystal doing? Is it doing anything? It's the soul. It's holding souls.
Yes.
We should definitely take this thing with us.
It's huge,
It's
isn't
huge.
it? Yeah, it's huge.
It's
Where's Jim Jar in his bag of holding?
Yeah.
Oh, is it,
still recovering from being dead.
is it the outer cube or the inner cube?
So it's
The whole.
yeah, it's that whole thing.
Uh,
We can
Okay.
smash it and see what
Yeah,
happens.
it's probably what, like 10, 20
I
feet
am
across.
for
Yeah.
that.
I'm
Like 10
Let's
feet.
smash
Yeah.
it.
Honestly,
Kevin,
It's
smash
It's
it
like a
just to see
10
what
by 10
happens.
big crystal-y cube just floating in the air, and it's chained to the ground. These chains are probably thicker
As-
than your arm.
Ask the sword what
Yeah.
you should do about if we should smash this soul cube. Let's fucking smash
Probably the Scooby Doo movie.
it. Yeah. I've
We're
never
gonna
seen it, but I
release
need to
everybody
know what
and-
you're talking about. I want to
Don't they all
watch it.
come out of a cauldron or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were cauldron.
And Fred and Daphne get switched. and
Yeah, that was so
weird.
They start banging.
good. Classic. Anyway.
Yeah, they hug it. Look at
I watched the one. Ask,
Basically.
ask the sword what we should do with it. It'll matter. It's the only thing leading us
What
through
sword?
this.
Your hammer.
Shard.
Ask the hammer what we should do with this
Not a
soul
hammer.
It's
ball.
an axe. It's a
Axe.
flail
Ask
now.
your weapon.
Yeah, the
What we
weapon
should
has
do
to
with
be
this
shard.
soul ball.
It
Weapon.
got name.
It's
It
going
name shard.
Ask Shard what to do with this soul ball.
Yeah, Jared's
No.
been here for quite a while. Maybe
Dealing
he knows
with-
what's going on, or maybe
dealing-
it knows what's going on. I don't know if it has the agenda or not, but can't assume
Don't
anything.
assume it.
2019, we can't assume anything.
Don't assume it.
It's definitely not 2019 where you are.
What year is it?
The year is
Oh, here's the dice roll.
7,000.
What is the month? What are the weeks broken up into?
It
How many
is-
days? How many solar cycles does it take?
I was gonna say,
make a
how many
month?
times does the
It's
sun go around the?
DR 1503.
And
Oh,
how
that's what
many
I thought.
moons does
Ah,
this
it's a
planet
fine
have?
vintage that is.
DR stands for Dale Reckoning. It's from the actual like lore of D&D. That's how they measure their years. What else did you want to know about my world while we're here?
How many moons orbit the planetoid?
There's one.
How many moons support life that orbit the
One
planetoid?
moon.
Zero.
That's lame.
What is the nearest planet to this planetoid?
I don't have a name for it, but there are.
Snort Dark.
There are like a similar
Snort
number of
Dark.
planets to our solar system, but there are more of them that could support life than
Okay.
ours.
That's
There
good
are
enough.
3 planets
Have
in
they
the solar
heard
system.
of Lathander?
There are 3 planets in the
Can
solar
I
system.
spread
that
the
could
word
support
of
life.
Lathander to the unknown and the unknown?
If you can find a way to get there, then if you can
You
figure out
listen.
magical space travel, then you can go and spread the word of Lathander to anyone you want.
Okay. New mission.
All right.
Let's get the hell out of this laboratory.
So
first.
yeah, you're underground
So
in this
you
other
didn't
planet.
ask Shard about the cube?
Fucking smash it. Someone in that room destroy it. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, Jared's been here for quite a while. Maybe she
Shard,
knows.
shard can hear.
It knows.
Shard,
Okay.
what
You just can't.
We can't hear
You
Shard.
can't hear.
Shard, what's up with this cube full of souls? Can we break it?
So we.
I
should
really
we
want to
break
break it. I want to break it.
Shard says, I'm not a very big fan of your companions. I think you should find new ones.
Shard, we don't care about your
They're
opinion.
very
We want to
unique.
know.
You haven't heard her
Does
opinion.
anyone have a bomb of
It
any
says,
kind?
like,
Because
very
we just
demanding.
chuck a
Let's go.
bomb in there.
I'll
and
just
close the
fucking,
door.
I'll just fucking hurl a fireball at it. Fuck that noise.
I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go into the next room.
Okay. You open the
We
room?
cast a fireball.
Smash it.
Can I try to
Alright.
pop my arm back in the socket again?
Ooh, I got you. Can I use mending to just put it back in?
Mending is non-living objects. But if you want to cut it off so it is no longer living and then mend it back on,
It only hurt for a
You're gonna
minute.
feel
I
a
swear.
slight pain.
this is gonna hurt, but only for a second.
No!
Chunk. All right, so
Crunch open door.
yeah, so go with
Crunch open door.
I'm behind, just ready to roll.
5 spaces, that 25 feet that way.
This way.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. Go like that way for a ways. I'll tell you when to stop. Right about one more. There. All right. Now on the other side of the door, go over 2, and then meet up with the other one in the rectangle. All right, starting. Where's my
Laser pointer.
laser pointer? Is there a laser pointer over here?
Nope.
No.
And go. Alright, just saw it.
That was a
Maybe
steal.
Charlie ate
It
it.
was like $12 for that whole thing.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, you had like 10 of them. Where'd they
Yeah.
all go?
I think he's got a lot of them upstairs.
Alright, well anyway.
We bought you like 10. How do you
Yeah.
not have? How do you
So-
have
Seth
0?
wanted one.
Starting
and he
about
put that on his
3
key ring and
spaces
lost it.
in.
Go on.
And then going from the one more space actually. So starting with the space. All right, hold on.
I'm gonna get out of the way.
It'd be a lot easier with a laser pointer.
It would be.
It's a lot easier if you just lay back. There it is.
There it is.
Where'd it go?
Starting there, and do that every other.
Oh man, your squares are awful.
Shut up.
Not even squares, they're rectangles.
And we walk in, and there's a metal detector. And you walk through it, and the guy says, "Please
Alright,
remove
so
all metallic items."
Just copy this on this side
And
here.
then it's
And
a
then
Matrix
church.
lobby scene.
These are bookshelves.
Oh, bookshelf.
Uh,
Oh, I thought it was like pillars. I said it reminds me of the lobby scene in the
There's
Matrix.
a door over there.
I've watched that scene more than any other scene probably.
And a,
So
door,
sick.
and a door over that. Double door over here. Over here.
Those are double doors. That's a single door. We are right over here.
This is a
Good
small
thing you're a
desk.
good thing you're a writer, not an artist.
Yeah, right. Alright, let's see what we
Now
got
I'm
here.
gonna continue to make rectangles over here.
I want a
Thank you,
laser.
Kevin.
I want a laser pointer.
Thank you.
You got another
Thank you
laser
for the
pointer?
commentary.
Let's see. What do we got for monsters? Let's see.
Oh dear. Ooh,
Um,
what's this? Ooh,
Oh, that'll
I
work.
was
Yeah,
just
put that
thinking
in
about
there.
that.
Yes.
That'll work. Put that in
We
there.
fight that thing a lot just because it's real cool looking. We fought that thing.
Put
This kind of
this-
reminds me of that the
dude
Game of Thrones scene
at
with
the
all the
desk.
zombies
It's a
walking
lizard
around at
man.
the end. Behind the
Yes.
bookcases and shit.
It is.
And this
Are
is
any of these edible?
No.
Are any of these edible?
Please
Looking
don't
at
eat
these
them.
things is making me hungry.
Hello, weird rat.
What's the deal?
I'm
here,
about to
people?
shoot shit right through these bookcases.
God. He's gonna murder everything, and it's gonna be bad because you're all gonna die.
I'm the one that walks in here.
Alright. So,
Isn't Cole eating? No, you
that
Oh,
dude
is
is
this-
behind the desk.
Is this what
Just
Caleb looks
um,
like?
Yep.
You know, minus the
Mostly,
like.
yeah.
With the
Okay.
whole penis.
Scatter these. Where's the?
Oh,
give me the-
it's kind of like sorcerer.
So just scatter
It
them
says scatter.
among the bookcases.
Are you that?
So like
Just
one over
randomly?
here, one over
like
there,
this.
one
No,
over there,
no,
one
no,
over
no,
there.
no.
Just,
And then they said,
Hello?
"Don't give me a banana."
Oh,
This is
hi.
a gorilla.
Alright.
This was like
Hello.
the whole last time we played the good.
Alright, so you open the door. Okay, so
No, I saw you. I was like, yeah, I get
Alright.
of that.
in front of you is a large chamber, lined with a series of bookcases, stacked, standing up like that. Each of which are filled with
Dude.
books and scrolls and the like. Actually, no. There's also a large table over here. It's a
Circular or
it's two by-
squarular?
square, 2 by 2. Well,
Squarular table.
squarular table.
The rest of us will
I'm
follow.
gonna give it curved edges just because
Sure.
that's safer.
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
And there are a couple of chairs around the edge of that. That is stacked high with books and scrolls and stuff.
Cheers.
And there's a large,
Alright.
oversized book. It's probably, a good 3 feet across. That is laid open, splayed out in the middle of that book. And it looks like it has some kind of map on it, to whatever it's open with.
Would you like me to draw this book?
You said it was
Sure.
30 feet across?
What? No, 3 feet across.
Oh, 3 feet.
It's a 3 foot wide
This is
book.
so
I thought you said
open.
30 feet. I'm like,
Open.
what on
So
earth?
That's 6
not
feet
that's not a book,
total.
that's a poster.
Scripture.
Going. Keep the
Cole?
side conversation to a minimum,
No,
fella.
he's talking about the last session we had. Caleb didn't have his papers. He just was looking at memes on his phone. He'd keep going. Cole's trying to pay attention, and Caleb be
I'm
bumping
like,
Cole. And he shows it's like a picture of an apple. It says like it's a picture of an apple,
That's a
and it
pretty
said
good book.
what did it say? Human
Yeah.
woman or
it's
something.
something- I was looking at abstract memes. They remind me of Caleb.
I was like, there's a picture of
God damn it, Caleb. I'm trying to
Alright,
pay
so-
attention.
Neocortex
You're a
from
good
Crash
book.
Bandicoot
That's a good
Team
book.
Racing.
Alright, so,
But he's all human, like it says now it's time for the down payment.
flittering, walking back and forth, either like with arms full of books, just putting back on the shelves, moving stuff around. Some of them got a little cart of books. They look like
Let's make
librarians,
joke.
but they are definitely
Doesn't count.
undead. Are the 4 of these guys. You can see them sort of flitter back and forth between these things every once in a while. They look like the creatures that you fought in the first room. The undead little servants that were working.
How fast are they?
How hard were they?
They're-
Moving pretty fast.
They're kind of like staggered,
weren't
zombie
very hard.
staggery.
lethargic.
Yeah, lethargic-y. This guy, though,
Can I talk to the librarian?
he is not a person-looking monster. He looks like a half fox, half human person. He has a fox head,
Furry.
very furry, wearing some spectacles. He looks like a librarian, but like part fox, covered in red fur and everything. Big fluffy tail out from behind him, and he's standing there on like a scribe's desk, and he's sort of writing. He's got a big book open in front of him, and he's writing in it, and he's got a pile of scrolls and everything with him. And then, so as you walk in, as you open the door and you step into the room, he looks up at you. He squints his eyes at you and he says, "You're not Voldir," and he waves his hand in front of you. And as you start to walk forward, you just hear thunk, and you just, as if you hit some sort of invisible barrier.
So I'm not
Walking forward.
You are there. You any further than you went
So
there.
I can't walk forward.
Yes.
I'm
You
just gonna walk over to him.
thunk.
Smash his head in.
Yes, I would like to smash his head.
Thunk. He says, "Who are you and why are you here? I'm very busy."
I'll come
Sure,
behind
saying
him.
anything.
And then as all this happens, you notice like a couple of them will like step like leaned out from behind the bookcases and just curiously just looking at you, and then for like a minute, and then they'll just go back to whatever they were doing. Yeah, basically they just leaned out, just like. Yeah.
What about if I come behind Kevin and explain to the fox what's going on?
Yeah, talk to it in fox stuff.
So you come around the corner, and he looks behind Crunch, and he's just like,
There's no looking behind Crunch.
"Oh, I assume there's just a little bit of space that you can just be like," especially because he could hear you. He'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
I want to tell him, like, look, we're a group of adventurers. We're stuck down here. We're just trying to get out. If you could lead us to the
He
exit.
says, "Oh, there's more of you.
We don't want to touch the books. We just want to get out."
Are you associates of Voldir?"
Yeah.
Deception.
We were.
I mean, it's not a complete lie.
No. Well, my deception's +8. Yeah, dog, we're totally. We're like his best.
Instant confidence.
We're like his best fucking bro. Ho!
What's that? 25?
25.
8 on 17.
I'm like, he's like, are you associates with Voldir? I'm like,
Are
Who
you?
even are you?
He's never talked about
Take
you.
a hike. Yeah, you
Yeah,
never talked never heard
He
about
sort of
you.
just looks. He looks exhausted too. He's just like,
Get your head on
"My
straight, dog.
apologies," and he waves his hand,
Your
and
head on
suddenly you
straight,
can
dog.
Crunch. You can feel that the barrier is gone.
I give him like one of these,
I can
like
crunch
this.
him now.
My apologies. Please do come in.
Fucking loser.
What do you need?
Ooh, what do we need?
Well, that's me. I'm not out.
Keys.
It's your turn.
I'm
I
going.
haven't
Have
got
you
all
I'm
day.
going. I'm
Have you
going
seen-
following
I'm
them.
just
Have you seen
walking
the
around.
keys for the cell?
I think Voldir would have it on him.
Understandable. I figured. I was testing you.
Yeah, I think an associate of Voldir would know that. But whatever.
I was testing you. I was making sure you knew that he normally has.
I don't have time for this, and he just goes back to writing.
Okay. Are these books?
Whatever you
Can I
need.
use
The
perception to
Voldir
see if
has
these books
keys.
are magical or just books? They seem
You
important. He's got a
wouldn't
bunch of
really
them.
know without opening one and looking at it. But
Should I ask for the? I'm gonna ask him for the. I'm gonna be like, I need the magical. Okay, I'm just gonna walk through. I'm gonna just continue to one of the doors.
he doesn't seem very interested in you.
Okay.
He's just like, there's whatever. He's
see.
like, just get what you need and get the hell out.
I
I'm
see
really
you, dude.
exhausted today.
That's it.
I'm
Okay,
really
so
burnt out today. And
I'm
you
gonna-
can see as you sort of walk past him, past the deck,
You're
you
right
can
now,
see
thank
that
you.
like underneath the desk is you can see like his leg,
Alright.
and there is a
I can
magical
stop.
blue
I'll stick around
glowing
whole bag.
chain around his ankle. and it just hooks to the wall.
Poor guy.
And he just looks exhausted and like almost like
he's forced to do this.
like he's like that. And he also looks like he hasn't eaten very much in a while. Like he's very thin, and you can see like the bones in his face and everything.
You guys want to give? I'll give him some food. I'll be like,
Hungry fella?
I'll be like, I know Voldir
Okay,
work.
you
I
have
know
some
Voldir
kibble
works
in it.
hard. Here's some food.
Put me in the hallway.
Thank you.
want
I'll
it
just
backflip into the
just
hallway?
leave it there. I'll
I'm
eat it
going
later.
with you guys.
I'm
want it
very
backflip
busy.
into the
Is there anything you
Yeah.
need? Can we help you?
Well, no, I think
If you ever
I'll
have to-
be
don't
fine.
ever ask me
Super
that. Just assume.
Just please go away. And he just holding his head. He's just like, oh, just please go away.
Okay, one last thing. What's your name?
My name? Man, I didn't think of a name.
Didn't think of a name.
He says,
You must not be that important.
Tony the Fox.
Smorkmith.
Tony the Fox. Smorksmith.
Says-
Where do you come up with these words?
he says,
Pretty good at coming up with fake words.
you can call me librarian.
Librarian
Yes.
is your name.
It is my occupation. Under it's all in the contract. It's all in the contract. And
Does
it
he
just
wanna be
goes
free?
back to
I said probably. What contract?
the contract I signed with Voldir. It's very thorough.
What
There's
did you?
no way. He looks so sad. He's just like, there's no way out.
Maybe he gets it. Maybe does he seem old?
You can't
what's
really
he getting out of
tell.
this?
He might have like internal life, but he's got to sit there.
Internal life.
He might have
Internal life.
He just says,
internal
Well,
life.
He says
Apple tea.
it's all in the contract. Trust me. There's no way out. And he's just like, just let me
Is
do
it the
my
same with?
work in peace.
Can we recognize if the other guys are also shackled?
No, they seem to be undead servants, and they're obviously under some sort of control, pre-programmed, and they're just going about whatever business they're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
You've seen enough undead to know how they work, so.
Okay.
Can I pop my arm back in its socket yet?
What?
Can I pop my arm back in its socket
I'm gonna
yet?
say at this point, yes, you've popped it back in. You're
Oh,
fine.
thank goodness.
It was just hanging. You.
Yeah, it's just man. All right.
I got
So-
a 7 medicine roll.
My dad popped my arm out of socket when we were little and we were wrestling. He might have been beating me, but I don't remember. He says we were wrestling. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think
All
we got
right, so-
investigated.
What are the rest of you doing? Crunch, you're in this room. Zavros, you're in this
It might have
room.
been alright.
Is anyone else coming
Might have been
in,
away.
doing anything
One or the
else?
other.
I'm gonna make my way into the room,
Yeah.
just kind of after being
Snooting around.
disappointed with my effort in breaking through the wall,
Okay.
joining the group. So,
Yeah, I'm also following him.
Kevin, can you please move me in? Braga into the room.
Does this guy look like he wants
More
to be
backwards.
It's
free
really
from the
hard.
chain?
He's definitely not
Not for
happy.
me,
But
I'm
you
not
can
that
tell,
good.
like, just from the vibe off of him, he's not happy about his situation.
But he's stuck there because of the contract.
He said it's all in the
Back
contract.
over there?
He's
We
like,
need to
there's
get
no
that-
way out.
We need
and
to
then,
get that
5 foot high
ring
room.
of keys.
And then all of a sudden, like, as you're like standing there, like, talking to him about it, he
He
looks
flips off
up
his
and he
face.
goes, and he gets this moment of like light up in his face. He's like, unless I got a better offer, and he just sort of looks at you like,
What was your original offer?
he's like, oh, I'm indentured to Voldir for 300 years. I'm to be his librarian, bookkeeper. I work the books.
But what are you
What'd
getting
you
out of
get?
this?
Oh, a cut of the souls.
I mean, this dude's like a soul trader.
Well,
set those
lucky
souls
for
free.
you, we figured out how to activate the soul machine, so we could probably offer you some more souls.
As many as you want.
Did you?
Yes.
Now that, and then
Well,
all of a
he
sudden
looks very
he
he
uneasy.
sets his stuff down very gently. He's like, now that's interesting.
Perhaps we could strike a deal.
You help us get out of here and help us find Voldir, and we'll show you how to work the souls machine.
You don't want to find Voldir.
Hold up now. What do you plan on doing with these souls once you acquire them?
Well, I made my soul. I don't give a crap.
Well, they're currency where I come from.
You guys are fucked up.
Where is it you come from? How many moons does your planetoid have?
What couldn't sun an astronomer is just like, how many moons does your planet? He says,
Can you just spread the word of
he
that?
says, well, I am an Arcanoloth. I'm from Gehenna.
Gehenna. Galena.
Can you draw me a map?
You would know that an Arcanoloth is, first of all, an evil outsider. It is basically a type of demon, but they're different than demons or devils. They're part of a subset of outsiders known as Yugoloths. They're sort of like extraplanar mercenaries. They sort of make contracts and sell out their services to the highest bidder, basically. And Gehenna is an alternate plane existence that they live in. So basically, he says, obviously, I'm an Arcanoloth, and I'm under contract, but and he says, obviously, the deal that I had with Voldir was too good to pass up, and unfortunately, there were some clauses that were less than ideal for me.
The old bait and switch, huh?
It would seem.
Yeah,
But there is of course the whole loophole where if I were to acquire a different and better deal, I could get out of my contract, and perhaps we have something to gain from working together.
What will you offer us?
Yeah.
What do you need?
Let me consult with my associates over here, and
Are
we'll
you
get back to you
Doing
with our
this
offer.
again.
So what are we trying? We need the wings.
And we huddle up.
Well, I'm gonna look at it
Put
first.
silence.
Before we get talking to him, I'm gonna lean back out of the group and look at him, and ask him if he's able to write this contract. Like, do we need a notary?
So I've got your standard infernal contract right here, and he just unfolds this gigantic scroll that just unnaturally rolls across the room, up the wall, across the ceiling, and down the other way.
Like a Disney movie.
Oh yeah, it's just that whole thing.
Endless scroll.
Okay.
The endless scroll.
What are we trying to do? We're trying to get out of here.
He's like,
and get to the
this is.
city.
He says this ought to cover it. It's your
So if he can
standard
just help
infernal
us get
contract. Your souls and the cut of
We can say
whatever
we'll
we
give
can
him the
acquire
souls
from
and we'll
Voldir.
smash it and set them all free,
Hold on.
or collect them all.
And I want to look, and then I'm gonna look back at him. Do you know anything about liquid wishes?
Do you have one?
No, but we've
Yes,
heard of
yes.
them.
Yeah, we have one.
Says, oh yeah, he was working on. Voldir was working on a few of that. I don't think he ever got that project off the ground though.
It would seem as though his efforts were in vain, and we knew it from the beginning, but unfortunately he was misguided.
What about the
Yeah.
girl in the safe? What's with her?
Oh, that is Voldir's latest prize that he's captured. Some drow woman named Eleneska.
Oh God.
Is it
Leave
the
her
same-
alone.
is it
Leave
the
her
same-
in there. Do not get her out.
This is she's some wizard. He's got some kind of plan set up here. What is it?
She won't laugh
yes,
hard. I don't know.
arcane siphoning. Something
she
about
wouldn't die,
siphoning the magic out of her. I don't
Kick
know.
her
It's these liches. Am I right? They've always got their hand in something.
Liches. More like
Exactly.
Already
Words.
exceeded.
Exactly.
You exceeded your curse word for the night.
He says, well, if you come to some terms, perhaps we can get this party started. He sort of just waves the little infernal contract in his hand.
Okay. Well, I'm back to consulting with the associate.
Okay.
So we should probably A, get out of here.
yeah.
B, provide us with a method of getting to the.
City.
Where the hell are we going?
Jim Jar's
To the
home.
city.
We're going to don't tell me.
The Greckelstag?
Yes.
Yes,
That's close to what?
Local hug.
That's close to the pronunciation. Sure.
Greckelstag.
Gracklestug.
Greckelstug.
Gracklestug.
Go ahead. You have the right idea.
Gracklestag.
Tell him. I'm into it. I trust
We
you.
gotta go to Greckelstag. We need some form of transportation to get there earlier. You should probably read all the fine print, which is going to take a while. We probably shouldn't have Crunch help us with this because.
But it's not our shit we're giving away. We just gotta give him. We just gotta
We
show
don't
him
know
how to
what's
work
in
the
those closets.
machine.
What if we're finding away our own
Let Char
souls?
read.
You will be. And you just hear him call over that. And you get the sudden realization that he definitely is hearing everything you're saying.
If one three we're gonna smash his brain.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that way too.
Ah,
He-
yes.
He's not taking our souls.
When I give you the thimble,
Well,
the
tell
thimble.
him we gotta make some changes to this agreement.
Okay. I peek out my head and say, "Not our souls. Not part of the deal. That or no deal."
It's standard procedure.
I'm gonna say
Not our standard.
not for
How
our
many
standards. You
fireballs
haven't
do I
dealt
have?
with individuals quite like us. I'm gonna say you start this contract anew from a blank slate, and there's going to be 3 clauses. Number 1, we get to say post haste. Number 2, you get 5 souls for your efforts. And number 3,
They're not our 5 souls.
yeah, not our 5 souls. That is a deal.
We
No
need
other
to-
clauses,
Why don't we just tell
no
him how
other
to?
conditions. That's
Under
it.
my current contract, I'm getting
Think of
30
how easy
souls
the
a
money
month.
is.
Under my current contract, I'm getting 30 souls a month.
How about we just
I'm gonna
tell him
try.
how to
Why
run
don't
the
You'll
we,
get
machine?
why don't we
5
just, yeah,
for-
that's what I'm saying.
3 seconds worth of work.
Just
we-
teach him how to run
We'll
the
just
machine.
teach him how to run the machine. It'll give him all. He's gonna get all the souls he
We'll
wants.
break this chain, this shackle, and we'll teach you how to run the machine.
Okay, fine. The contract has 3 clauses. Number 1, we get to reconcile post haste. All of us, including our associates in the room over there. Number 2, we shall tell you how to work the soul machine so you can use it to your full advantage. And number 3, you cannot take any of our souls or any souls of anybody we know.
4, I need to be freed. He points to the chain. He says, I am no good. This is, Voldir is very thorough. He made his deal with me and then made sure that no one would be able to make a better deal with me by chaining me here and keeping me in his lair. If I am to assist you, I must be freed so that I may be free to continue my work on my own in my home plane.
So
Deal. We need to
free
figure
you
out how to free you
by
with-
just signing this deal.
No, that is part of the deal. Is that you must find a way to free me.
Deal.
Like subquest on top of subquest on top of subquest. Oh, so many layers.
Just tell him the truth. Okay, getting you out is gonna be a problem. We need to figure out how to do that. But once
Okay.
we can,
Fourth
we will
clause-
help you.
4th clause, we will free you if you help us with assistance on ways to possibly free you. We don't particularly know where to start, but if you could guide us to a direction, we would definitely pursue that. We must work together.
All right.
And those are the only 4 clauses.
You will help me steal the rest of the souls from Voldir.
No, we will show you how to work the machine. You can do what you want with it.
But they will be all available to me. What the heck is that?
Come on.
A moth.
Demon.
Moth?
It's Voldir coming to listen in.
Where's that moth come from? All right. Anyway,
A lich.
so you're going to show me how to work the machine, and any souls that I can get out of it are welcome to me.
Correct.
You need magical transportation to this Durgar city for some reason, and you don't want your souls to be among the ones taken,
Or anyone that we know.
or anyone that you know. And he just starts writing this. He just dumps a bunch of stuff off his desk and starts writing all this down. He says,
And lastly is we must work together to find a way to free you.
yes. Upon receiving advice on how to free me, how to free, and he sort of coughs over as he speaks this and writes his true name into this thing. He says,
Why do they want us to know his true name?
because you have power over something if you can know it's true over an outsider if you know it's
Like
true name.
almost still skin.
Or kind of like a demon in those ghost movies where
Yeah.
a demon has its true power once it's you know its name. Then
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. 10-4.
Because that's basically what he is.
Lots of scary movies. Gotcha.
He
10-4.
says, right, so after receiving information on how to accomplish this from me, then you will assist in freeing me and make sure that I am no longer under Voldir's control. You will also cover my tracks as I escape from Voldir's lair, so that he would not come after me. And he just starts writing a bunch of extra clauses about that stuff.
Whoa! You said
No
4.
extra stuff.
4 clauses max, and no sub clauses.
It's only standard.
There are no standards where we come from. We write our own standard.
What about that one over there? He points to the gym jar. He
No
says,
crunch noise.
Well, I don't think you can
This
see Jim
soul-
Jar. Jim Jar's in there.
well, they all sort of followed you.
He wants Jim Jar's soul.
Yeah, he says he looks like he just came from the law. That's that counts as part of the deal. Actually, yours is looking pretty freshly returned too.
Nope, no deal. We'll walk out right now. No
You're-
Jim Jar.
He's not in much of a position to be driving bargains. Chained to a wall.
Says neither of you. I could kill all of you and take your souls out here
But then your chances of getting
And
freed are
prove-
null and zero.
and prove my loyalty to Voldir, with possible chance to be freed earlier.
With possible
Anyway.
chance to be whipped for not kicking us out sooner.
I can deceive him and make him think I'm just super powerful.
Besides, you haven't seen what's in this man's bag of holding. Have you ever seen a goblin from Maryland?
I get all pissed and like glow red. I'm like, you have no idea what I'm capable of.
I don't know
And
what
then-
the goblins are like here, but back home they tend to be at least 30 foot tall when they're born.
Oh, I'm pretty pissed. I am the most powerful being in this realm. I rolled a 19.
I believe these terms are acceptable. Very well.
Deal. And it's just the 4 clauses?
Yes.
No tricks.
Absolutely.
That's not a good answer. Absolutely what? Tricks. No tricks. No be careful what you wish for.
I
No.
would like to speak up.
Oh,
Shut the hell up, I'm
okay.
talking.
All right then.
Crunch has something to say.
It'd be funny if you became a complete lawyer when this shit comes up. It's like, wait a second.
Like this scene in Old School when he
What?
blacks out.
Shard can
I'd like
see.
to take this one.
Shard can probably read whatever the hell this thing's writing, correct?
Yeah.
Shard read.
Yeah, it's pretty standard infernal contract as far as infernal contracts go. I'm very curious
I'm
about
gonna need a
this soul.
female.
About
Shard's
the...
a female.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
need
need
you.
I'm gonna
I'm
need to
gonna
get
need
it a
to do
little more
that.
into character.
Man,
You're breaking the atmosphere,
gosh.
man. Get us back in here.
well,
You do it.
Higher pitched, Ben. Higher pitched.
Something like this.
Oh, lighthearted and fluffy.
my throat is hurting right now.
Yeah.
You're lucky you're getting it at
It's
all.
probably because of that violent hiccup you had
Exactly.
earlier.
She says he did. There is a subclause here on number 4 about how if we don't, if something is not hanging out, or about how if the contract is not actually complete until a number of business days later, yada yada yada. If we are killed, if you all are killed before this, all souls revert to Voldir, and to such and such, this arcane loth.
Librarian.
Other than that, librarian, yeah. Other than that, it seems pretty stable, you know. But honestly, yeah, there's got to be some sort of contingency clause, you know, just in case, you know, you die upon before the contract, you know, goes through. Then obviously your souls revert to the librarian,
Okay.
to ownership of the
What
librarian.
do we care if we're dead?
Now I'm gonna translate that.
Okay.
Everybody can hear Shard.
I say, all right, deal. I'm in. About you guys.
Alright, fellas, I think this is as good as we're gonna get.
What, Kevin?
I got nothing.
You in or you
He
out?
was gonna say something.
Say what you gotta say.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nobody
Okay.
gets it.
It's what?
I'm just gonna have you start writing stuff down so I can tell them.
Only he can hear
Only
Shard.
I
so
can hear Shard.
he's responding and doing his translation.
That's what I was gonna try and do.
What did Shard say?
And
I assumed we
Nah, you
also
already know.
heard it.
screw it.
No, only he can hear Shard.
Yeah, you gotta write it to him. That way
That takes time and effort, and I'm not.
That way I can. that way I can think. Okay, I didn't just hear that.
Well, why don't you just think? Okay, I didn't just hear that, since you
Yeah.
just did it now.
Mm-hmm. I forgot that only he could hear.
Let's move
Alright.
forward.
All right,
All right, let's see what we get into. Screw it.
moving on. Okay.
Okay.
How do we get you out? First step.
This is, well, first of all, I'm gonna have to always have you sign in blood right here, here, and here. Initial here.
We're signing some sort of blood
Full name
pact.
here.
That seems not good.
So here you go. And he just hands you that and a very large, just needle-looking quill.
Quill.
Hands it to you, Tycho. You're the first one there. Here you
Oh,
go.
jeez.
Just sign on the dotted line. Initial here, here, and here. And
Put
sign
your
full
blood
name
on
on
the
the bottom
spot.
line there.
Entered outside. You're ruining the mood, man.
We're just completely pulled
You're
out of the
ruining
zone.
the mood.
We're
Linus.
sitting in a basement.
So he hands
Not a
you.
cave.
So he passes the contract and the quill around. So he says you just gotta prick your finger with the quill and then just sign in the blood on the bottom line there.
Am I losing HP for this?
He's worried about it.
I have 17.
Life and death here, people. Alright, so do you all sign the contract?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a moment to pray to Lathander and signify that my actions are only in the interest of saving these other poor souls and turning this Arcanolith to the light and furthering his name, or her name, whatever Lathander is. And that I pray for guidance and safety should my soul be in peril.
Roll me percentile dice.
43.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and sign.
Okay. Varaga, do you sign?
I sign.
Okay. Stavros?
I jab it in my arm and then scratch it and sign it in my blood.
Just so I can feel something at all.
I scratch crawling in my skin into my arm and then I
Crawling.
sign it. These rules they were not heroes.
Crunch, do you sign? Crunch, do you sign the contract?
Right fear is all I know.
First I asked
Fear is
Shard.
all
Shard can read my mind, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
You can speak telepathically back to me.
Yes, I would like to speak telepathically to Shard.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all stay out of my head.
Alright,
We're not hearing any of this.
Hilarious.
I like that Shard. Should I sign it?
Well, I definitely don't condone the signing of infernal contracts, but if you and your party believe that is the best way to travel, sure.
I've already signed.
Okay. I don't know
You're
why.
late.
I don't know why I bothered because no one listened. You didn't listen to me anyway. That's
You
fine.
just
Do
said
whatever
yes.
you want.
He gave a shard to try to be like
You can
like
just,
a
you can just feel
voice
it
of
giving
reason.
you the cold
and like
shoulder.
a guide through this
You
thing.
just feel
Like,
her
yeah,
giving
fuck
you the
it.
cold shoulder. Just like,
You know
fine,
what?
do whatever you want.
I'm not the
No.
smartest orc. I get up.
Right,
Another
So-
part of the clause is you got to give me
Takes
something
it-
to fight like
You
right
basically
Looks it
said
up.
yes and then started rambling on about other shit that I don't care about.
now. You're like, alright.
So anyway, he takes it back and says, "Excellent. Everything seems to be in order." And he rolls up, and all the NPCs and everything
Can
sign
it,
too.
can it zip back like like one of those rulers?
Absolutely, just like a tape measure.
Yeah, that's
No,
that's
no,
what I was going with.
NPCs don't have to sign. They're not part
They're,
of it.
they're, if they want to transport with you, they gotta sign.
Whatever.
Poor Stool.
Even Stool?
Yes.
Stool doesn't bleed.
Absolutely.
He can't sign.
Stool's the
How
best.
does
I don't know,
Stool
man. If
Stool's
Stool
gonna put
had
his
to sign
mushroom
life
stamp
away,
on
I don't know
there.
about this. I don't want to risk Stool.
Stool's in my bag of holding. That guy doesn't even know Stool's here. I am protecting Stool throughout this
You think
entire
he can't
campaign.
sense the soul?
He's a stupid bitch. Don't roll the dice. Stop rolling the dice. I didn't say that. I saw that.
It says the Myconid in your pack will have to sign as well if it wishes to travel with you.
And Stool's like, oh. Come
Cole
on.
looks down and one tear falls out of his eye.
Drips
Bad
into-
idea, bad idea, bad idea.
Drips right into Stool's mouth.
Stool's just like,
Why?
Okay, Stool signs
Stool
it.
ends up signing,
He
yeah.
pricks his
Darren
tiny
Doe's
little
just like,
finger.
yeah, this is gonna bite us in the ass, I know, but hey, whatever. Chucky's just like, I love signing stuff.
Everything that's gonna seem like it's gonna be good backfires and hurts us. Ben hurts us if it seems good. We should reverse it and do something that seems really like a bad idea. That
Well,
might
no,
work
then
out.
just make it bad.
Yeah, that's just worse.
Well,
This is
silly
excellent.
now.
Everything seems to be in order.
I'm a little nervous.
Now,
to be
if you
honest
could
with
just free me, that would be swell.
Well, we just don't free his ass. Okay, how do we start?
Any
How do
suggestions?
we do it? Any suggestions?
Right, suggestions.
You can either help us with where to start, or I can fireball the crap out of your leg.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I mean,
If you're not chained to the thing
be
anymore,
fair,
you're gonna be free.
it's just his leg, so you cut off the leg.
What's a
True.
leg? In
Have
this-
you heard of
in
the
this
jack
world?
trying to free itself?
Shard, knife.
Says, I
I'll help you
know.
out right now.
It says, you are in luck.
Claw out the ruin.
Luckily, I am the librarian and therefore have a record of all of Voldir's paperwork. And I know that he has a ritual that will remove the my chain in his private quarters.
Where's his private quarters?
Probably where we just
I
came from.
don't know.
I don't know.
What's through these two doors?
Well, he points to the double doors. He says, that's the teleportation room. That's where we'll be going after I'm free.
Teleportation.
So I'm assuming that it is somewhere down that way. I've never been past this room, except to go to the teleportation room when he needs me to teleport him somewhere.
Can we teleport directly to his
I'm
quarters?
I'm just walking off. It's somewhere that's going that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm following. All right,
Okay.
we're off. I'm ready to roll.
Well, I'll be
Sim-
here when you find it.
Simple work.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So I guess I'll be here when
I'll
you
follow
find
the
it.
order.
And he
Continue
starts
your work for now.
picking
and
up his
when we
stuff
find
and
it, we'll
just
come
like,
back.
Okay, I'm
And then the undead are they're still milling around and just putting stuff back. And they sort of glare, Larkoon, they sort of glare at you as you walk by. They're just like, because they can just sense the holiness coming
The
off of you.
radiant divinity
Yeah,
that is my
The
soul.
holy symbol is just, they're just like,
It
but they
reminds,
don't
yeah,
like
it reminds
openly
me.
attack you or anything.
It reminds me of the Game of Thrones, the end with all the zombies in the library.
Yeah.
with Arya.
Okay, so 10-foot wide hallway. Go 40 feet.
This 10
Yeah.
or this 10?
The other 10. That's 10. 40 feet long.
40, 10, 20, 30, 40.
Go 50 actually. Sorry.
It would be filled with something.
Okay.
Can you give something
Both
easy
sides?
to just
Yeah, both
smash
sides.
apart? I'm gonna fuck
It's already
something up.
9/11.
Door ends in double doors, and there's also a door to the on the
proper
right
doors.
side.
Or not.
Just
While he's drawing that, does anybody have an Elspeth?
doors.
Elspeth, Ben? Jeremy?
I'm using it. But yes.
Elspeth?
There you go. Those
And then
weird double doors.
right about here, there's a single door.
Right here.
Yeah, right there.
Well, there's no. I'm not going in that hallway. I'm staying out in the library.
Wherever the group goes, just put Annie back like 3 feet.
There's no reason to follow you guys in there.
Well, we're gonna keep going through these two doors.
I'm following the order.
Yeah, let's go. We can split up. I'll go through this door
Okay.
if you guys want to go through that door. There hasn't been any really dangerous monsters in here yet. Just curse
Yeah?
shit.
I can't bash this, so I gotta waddle.
I'm gonna go through the door closest here. I can run
To
them
the
all.
double doors.
Yeah, I like to use perception check, make see if the door's cursed or trapped.
all the way.
Certainly. Roll me some perceptification then.
Whatever that counts. What is it?
I don't know.
Whatever that
You walk very
counts.
quickly.
You
and
just
can't
threw it
move.
across my
Just
computer.
work fast.
What?
9.
9. Looks pretty safe to me.
I'm gonna check out this door over here and see if I can perceive any dangerous threat.
I'm not looking for
Okay.
dangers. I'm just walking through doors.
Okay, which door are you going through? Awesome. So Crunch pushes past you and opens the door. Nothing explodes in your face.
I'm like,
so
Crunch,
that's
no!
fine. Crunch, no! Well, let's see. So, in this room, this is
A room.
Yep. 15 feet on either side.
There's a tube.
That was Jeremy.
Those pros a protein tube.
And
It came from that side of the table.
40
If you
feet
sniff
deep.
it, you'll see gains.
40 feet deep. 40 foot
Immediate
deep
gains.
square.
Excuse me, that was actually me.
Sorry, we gave your credit to someone else. Good fart.
Oh goodness.
I farted so long the other day that even Lauren.
Can you do it?
It was, swear to God, it was like 40
there
seconds.
are
Where she was just laying on the couch, just staring at me. It's like,
here, and here are 3
she like got up and
2
had
by
a good
2
tall cat. It's like the first thing she
circles
did.
like these tanks were
Ah,
with the glass tubes.
and completely in the corners.
Yeah, completely in the corners, and then in the
Chicken
middle
pie.
here,
Okay.
and then in this other corner here.
I draw good circles.
Also.
Do you? Is that a thing you like?
Yeah, look at
run
that.
into?
It's easy when you have a grid to draw on.
Alright,
That
that
looks
was
pretty- that was pretty bad.
Not quite.
That looks like an
Sorry.
egg.
I'm getting better.
Not better.
Okay. Door here and a door here between the 2 things, and the door over here. Okay.
It's actually here, but okay.
Whatever. It's fine. It's fine where it is.
Anything else?
Alright. Yes. Inside the tank is there are
Get some buddies.
with these 3.
This girl who's my man
Those
for
three.
pretty much
Yeah, I want
leaders
that.
program,
I want
she's
this
like,
guy.
like white Martian from like Kansas or something. She's like, you do Nick Gilly? I'm like, yeah, why? They're like talking.
Ooh.
Very so these this
Like
room
these fuckers.
let's see. In front of this one here in the middle of the room, just put a 10 by 10 or 10 by 2 long table. So like 2 squares, and it's just a rectangular table.
Ah.
Yeah, right there.
Two long, one wide.
Of course, rounded
Yeah.
corners. For safety reasons.
Yes, around the corners for safety reasons.
There's a lot of babies
And then
walking
another
around
table in
this
the corner here and a corner here. Okay. These large tubes go 15 feet to the ceiling. 15-foot ceilings. The rest of the room is stone. These are glass tubes, just like you saw in the original room where the Deo was. Their green glowing liquid is within them, flowing within them, and you can see also the familiar copper pipes coming out of them and into the wall off
They were
somewhere
glass
else.
pipes.
Oh, maybe they were. No, these are like more
What
copper.
is in
No,
the
the other one
version?
was coppery. I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't know. But anyway, no, they were coppery pipes than
It was 2 months
glass
ago.
Who
glass
cares?
tubes.
2
yeah.
months
Okay.
ago.
Okay. So, and inside of these tubes, or each of those are very emaciated and obviously recently deceased drow warrior bodies. Male drows. Male drow. And then on the tables are a series of, looks like embalming tools, potions, alchemical ingredients, a couple of books and scrolls, etc.
Anything of value or just kind of embalming potions and shit.
I mean, some of the potions might be magical and useful, but most of it just looks like, looks like something you would use to prepare to create undead creatures. Okay.
This is a door. These are doors. This is a door.
Mm-hmm.
Where are all the windows in here?
You're underground. Did you forget the fact that we've been under like 3 miles underground basically this entire time?
There can still be windows.
It's still be windows. Okay.
Okay.
For all that natural light.
Maybe there's just a hole into the next cabin.
You gonna go through the door?
I'm gonna check the door for any traps or curses. It's like night. It's 20.
Seems safe.
Okay. Open it. Continue forward.
Okay. So each of these has a little path, just one square path, and then they link up together. So like that, and
So
then
you're saying
over
it's
that, yeah, like
this.
that, and then that room goes 10 feet in, and then in diagonal, 10 feet in. Like, so one more in, 2 more in. Right there.
2 in.
1 in. Over. Okay, now diagonal in. 1. Diagonal in 1, yep. And then same thing on the other side, and then meet it in the middle.
That little back room.
Yep.
Interesting.
Keep diagonaling or straight across?
Straight across. And oh my god. In the center of this room, and then those
Blue thing?
those little other 2 walls at the back, they meet together.
Where?
Wait.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. It's already there. It's already there. Never mind. Okay. Yep.
So there's just this blank space here.
Yeah, there's just a blank space there. In the center of this room, there appears to be a large metallic box with a lot of coppery pipes coming into it. It looks like some sort of
I should draw a large
pump
box.
or a water pump or something like it. They seem it's just this large metallic box with coppery pipes coming up out of the wall and then down into this box, and you can see that it looks like from where they came out from the glass and then into the wall on the other side of that wall, they're going down, up and down into this.
It's some sort of filter or pump for these dead vials.
Yes. It has a small little door on the front of it, like something like a furnace door looking thing, and you can hear just this bubbling and crackling of flames and water from inside.
Right. Should I fuck with it, or just should we continue in another room?
In this corner here is a pile of bones that look to be about the size of humanoids, ranging from children to adult size, and a large. Some of them are all bloody, and then they're like some of them have like organs mixed in with all of this stuff, and there's a large shovel sticking out of them as if they were shoveled in like coal.
Oh, that's cool. Good idea. So instead of shoveling coal in here, they just...
So this is a pile of just torn up bodies, basically,
There you go.
that look like they're being shoveled. There's a big shovel sticking out of them.
I just see it, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, wait. Need the bone.
And around this room there are also... let's see.
Dead bodies.
No.
Here's a lollipop.
Get those on a lollipop. We represent
Lollipop Guild.
the
Yep.
lollipop guild.
In this room are 2 floating flaming skulls.
Oh, beautiful.
They're
Doom
just sort
style.
of floating around. Yeah, they're just sort of floating around the room as you enter.
This one's
Perfect.
This one's a little stupid. He's running into the
Okay.
wall.
Alright, so that's what you see. What do you do? And the metal box, the filter or engine or whatever you think it is, it's that same black metal that the door was. Do you think it's probably adamantium? With the pipes
While all
seem
this is going on, I get bored of waiting in the library and decide to go follow down the hall.
Okay.
Oh, so you came along.
So you're
anyway.
following
Well, I
down
thought you
the
guys would be
hallway.
in and out.
You only made that
The
part.
NPCs are sort of in the hallway with you. They're
So
sort
we
of
go.
following you around. And right, and then switching gears to the other door, Larcoon and Tycho, you were at that door.
I made a 16 to perceive if it seemed dangerous.
There are some arcane marks of protection awards that you see.
The walls around it, are they made of stone?
Uh-huh.
He's
Here we
going
go.
through. He's going through a wall eventually. Just let him go through a wall.
They are.
How much health you got? You're pretty injured too, right? Right?
What? Sorry, I missed.
Yeah, I know. You're pretty injured too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm gonna
Okay, is it just
do-
like a handle or is it like a doorknob on the door?
Doorknob.
Can I test to see not opening the door, just seeing if it's unlocked?
Sure. Yes, it is locked.
It is locked. Okay. So I'm
Okay,
not,
well,
like,
first,
no,
before we
kick
do
it and run
anything-
away.
Alright, I'm gonna use a 2nd level spell and I'm gonna cure wound you
We.
for 2d8 plus my wisdom modifier.
Oh, you're
Ugh.
6 and 3 is 9 plus 5 is 14.
Well, isn't it? Is it to each or just total?
No, it's just two.
Oh, just total. Okay.
What are you doing? Oh yeah.
So you said 19?
14.
14?
Stuck
Okay.
in my head now.
How are we doing on time? It's 9:20.
Baby shark.
14,
Stop.
Does that help?
No, it doesn't help anything.
Get something else.
Alright, so
stuck
what
in
are you
your
guys
head.
doing? You're healing up a bit?
Healed him a bit so we can open the door up.
Okay.
Okay. You should probably,
You sure
stand
you're
back.
gonna open a door or you're gonna stone the door?
I'm gonna let him try and open it first, and if he can't, then I'm gonna try and force it
Okay.
open.
So I tested the knob and it's locked,
It
right?
is locked, yes.
Lockpicking is dexterity, isn't it?
Super monk fist punch.
Would that be like sleight of hand, I guess?
Yeah.
Lockpicking? Is there a lock to pick or is it just lock?
It is a dexterity check to pick the lock.
Just dexterity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we should try to pick that big mystic lock. Probably super lock.
I feel like just picking the lock is
I'm
not gonna
really
do anything.
proficient
Yeah, I
in
don't need it, but
dexterity.
try it.
Linus,
What?
I have +6 to dexterity. Throws.
Okay. That's probably good.
Maybe you should help him do it.
I don't know if two people can really pick a lock, but...
You
You
can
can give him
plus-
motivational speech over his shoulder. while he's doing it.
Okay.
You got it,
can
bud.
do it.
You got this.
Okay.
It's cheaper than fingers.
Well, I'm gonna pick this lock.
Careful,
then.
careful.
Okay, you're gonna try to pick the lock?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly.
I mean, after he calls me down and says,
Yeah.
"Get your ass over here."
It's a 1.
Oh
You
my
get advantage.
gosh.
You get advantage.
I am giving you motivational speeches.
So the first time you
7
Thought
plus
it
6
was a
is
1 again.
13.
13. As you start to pick it, you can see that magical lock that was on the other door just appear out of nowhere.
With the mouth.
No, the magical lock.
The lock
with
that we
the
use
It
big
was
to
on
guide
the other
people.
door. You used the magical key to open. Another one like that appears in front of
What
the
happened
lock
to that
as you're
key?
trying to pick it,
Oh, I forgot we had
and
the
you
key.
you can't get through it.
Do we still have that key?
I think so. I think you still have it. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't do
Can we
anything with it.
use
If
it?
as
I
long
don't
as that
know.
last lock.
I don't know who
didn't do it.
has it.
I think you do. You were the last
Yeah,
one.
you
to
were
have
the
it.
one.
Oh yeah, I'm the one that got it out of the
Yeah,
box.
I think he mage handed it out of the box.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I hand it to you.
Okay.
You're all the way over there.
What? You got a backflip over.
Here, try this.
You gotta do backflips.
Try this.
Try this key.
Backflip all the way back.
I do it within 30 feet, and then I send the mage hand with the keys, so it looks cool.
Okay.
Right.
So then I'm gonna try the key.
Okay. Roll again to pick the lock.
We have a key.
It's a 2.
Jeez,
Two.
where are those
With
dice?
6 makes
And
8.
does my motivational speeches help?
Yeah.
Can my
Advantage.
Okay, did
motivational,
you add advantage?
motivational
What is it?
speeches?
Dexterity?
And the key will add plus
Sleight of
10.
hand.
The key will add +10, and it's
Yep.
a sleight of hand.
Dexterity. Just dexterity check.
Man.
So 6 on 5 is
You're
11.
fired.
21.
21.
Plus
21.
10, so 21.
I rolled a 1, a 2,
lock.
a 7, and a 5.
The magical version of the lock dissipates, and the door, you can hear a click open.
Yay.
And was on the other side of that door.
Got the pen ready.
Alright, now roll a wisdom save. I'm sorry. Yes, wisdom save.
All of us? Or
All
just
of
him?
us?
Just him.
What's it mean save? Like something's
Actually, no.
happening?
You used the key, so never mind.
Okay.
Let's see
We
what
use
we
the
got.
keys or it doesn't-
What?
Door thinks it's
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So,
whoever the lich is. I can't remember. It starts with a V.
10
doesn't
feet
it?
in.
Voldir.
Voldir.
10 feet in.
I was about to say Viraga, but no, that's the guy who just
That's
fucked me.
me.
That's you.
I know,
And
I'm
then
sorry.
from
Forgot my name.
that side, go 20 feet in. In.
Nice.
This again. In. Where?
Okay,
In.
then over 30 feet. Actually, if there's space there, yeah. Keep going. Yeah, okay. And then just finish off that square.
This is a boring room.
He wants to have something complicated to draw. You're
Wants
the
to use
cat. You seem to
architectural
like
skills.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
He's done it.
I was gonna say, he's a
Do
cat
you-
and architecture.
Enter the room.
Told me he used to build Legos on CAD. Do I enter the room?
I did.
Yes.
I did that in high school.
I will open the door and peer into the room.
Okay. The walls of this room seem to be a different stone than the rest of the place. They look more like sandstone. There
There you
is
go, buddy.
a column in each of the corners, and the walls are just covered with hieroglyphics.
You should have told me
Hieroglyphics
those
and like
columns.
magical
I can
symbols.
draw
and
those.
stuff. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that.
Alright, yeah, I guess I'll walk in. Anybody coming with me?
Thanks, curses.
There you go.
I'll go.
Oh, screw it. Actually, I'm gonna head towards these side doors.
Tycho and Larcoon roll me dexterity saves.
They're burping.
Oh, come on!
Hiccuping and...
Got 9.
11.
Dexterity, or you want to have him roll wisdom? Because that's what.
Dexterity.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you try to follow him in, and before you can even step foot in the door, a large stone slab just drops and blocks the doorway.
Like a womp.
It did land on me, right?
No,
Okay,
it
thank
What
just
noise they
it just
make?
blocked the way.
Yeah.
So Viraga, you see now that there's a large stone slab that just dropped from the doorway
I
and
imagine
blocked
you
your
heard it, too.
and sealed you in.
I draw it.
Can I
From behind?
make an Arcana check to see if the slab seems magical, protected?
You can.
Ooh,
That roll.
it's an 18 flat.
It was created magically. It itself is not magical. It
It's
is
just
something akin to a
giant-
wall of stone spell.
It's just a chunk.
Just made a just
gonna
you
go-
stepped on something and it made a big chunk drop behind you.
I was just reading.
Don't you?
Crunch, you want to try and lift this wall up or break through it? Otherwise, I may escape our way through this portal.
I just do past wall.
You can cast spells.
Shard can.
Shard can cast spells, yes.
First, I guess I'm going to take my warhammer and I'm just going to try and smash it, see what happens.
Okay.
The wall is only 6 inches thick.
Do I do any damage?
Rolled hit.
How does he miss a wall?
2
You'd be
hit
surprised.
is going to be 24.
Alright, roll your
Holy
damage.
crap. Wall is an
I've
object
never actually dealt
measure.
damage for this thing before.
7.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
You want me to tell you?
Funk.
It has.
It's a little bit of a mark, but not much.
Can you identify
Well, dear,
what kind of rock it is?
no, sorry.
If
Viraga.
Are there lights in this room?
Yes, there seem to be
Sandstone
torches near the ceiling.
Salt?
Yeah.
What the hell was that? Well, I wasn't sure if
So,
this was
yeah,
like
I'm
a
gonna look
different kind of
around.
rock, though, 'cause it's
Okay.
made from
It's covered in like hieroglyphics. This is a very Egyptian-y looking room. As you step further into the room, you
Get
just
the hell out
hear
of Dodge.
Bad.
you hear this
Was that you?
No.
familiar voice.
Very bad.
It just said, "Oh, I see you finally made it,"
Oh god.
and that is absolutely Voldir's voice. That
Yep.
is just in.
I knew it. I knew this was his quarters.
Welcome to the dungeon.
Oh no!
He's
We got fun and games.
He is sitting on a pile, a throne of bones over here. As you turn the corner, he says, "I knew you'd make it eventually."
You got a pair.
And I
you got a
immediately run back into that small corridor and start pounding on the rock wall, screaming and hollering.
Okay.
Can we hear it?
Oh yeah, he's like, "Help, help!" Yeah,
What
basically.
happened?
I have
Rope
ascending
trick.
stone. Someone else has
I'm
the other
gonna
I do.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stone
You
shape
do?
and try
But
and
I don't know.
open the doorway.
I don't know. I really
Okay.
know how long I can stay up there. I mean,
Does he have keys around his waist?
Make dexterity save. Yeah, dexterity save.
4.
You take 10 points of electric damage as just this shockwave of lightning just shoots down through the stone as you try to magically affect it. But it does make a hole in the wall.
Alright, there's a hole in the wall. You can
Out of the rock
It works.
wall?
I can do this again
Got
to
it.
seal him in
I
there,
got
but
it,
I'm gonna
guys.
die.
Got it, guys.
so how big is the hole?
5 foot by 5.
All right, I'm gonna
And
fucking
as
combat roll
as
through
he
it.
starts to as you start to get ready to roll through the thing, you just hear Voldir's voice just says, "Now, don't be leaving the party too soon." And you just start to roll through the door, and you just hit an invisible barrier, and you just thunk against some sort of invisible force. And you see him just like trying to just duck through the hole and smack into something.
So someone had to come in by themselves, one person at a time, and they were going to get locked in there regardless of what happened. So someone had to go in and get stuck with that guy.
It's your turn.
And it's
to die
you.
today.
Yeah. It's not like even if the group was together, we had to go in one person at a time. He was going to lock that one person in there.
I guess I'm gonna try to fear him.
Talk to him.
Why would I talk to him? The last time we saw him,
He's trying to talk to you.
we almost all died. He's
trying-
waiting to kill the
I
shit out of
almost
us.
killed him.
He
a
hasn't attacked you.
He's
yet.
trying to talk to you.
Crunch.
wisdom
Almost
saving
killed
throw.
He's saying, "Don't leave the party. I see you've arrived." What do you want?
Is Crunch hearing you?
Either there's something he actually
probably.
wants, or he just wants
Or
to
Shard
evil guy
recognizing.
monologue.
Actually,
think-
you
you
notice
think-
that when
yeah.
the thing goes down, all
11.
audible
You think you're gonna fear the guy
noise,
with
you can't hear anything else.
body
Hear
engine?
anything else through the wall.
11.
fucking bones
11.
engine?
All right, you failed.
Yes, of course I did.
So, you hear him say,
This is really
"This is
taking
now,
intimidation.
this is now, Veraga. Come and let me have a look at you properly." And you feel compelled to walk back into the room.
Well,
Ben's
dear,
got
what
this whole
big
thing about
teeth do you have? Come
Um,
over here and let me get a good look at
You cannot. You notice that when he said,
I
"No,
can't wait to
don't
watch
be
this
leaving
part."
the party too soon." As soon as the barrier
And
went
then
down, he
Voldir
thumped
said,
against
"I
it.
will kill
You couldn't hear
you."
anything else from it.
Oh, we
Although-
can't hear
yeah,
anything?
you can't hear any of this.
Can't hear the hiccup. Got it.
You're the funniest hiccos, dude. You think you get him
Now
every
he's holding his
time.
breath. He's got to get rid of him.
Remember, guys, smash that subscribe button for more Ben's hiccos.
Comment how many times you think he's gonna hiccup later tonight. Winner with the closest guess gets a guest appearance on the show.
He's still hiccuping while he's got his nose held and everything. I saw him grab his chest.
Tier 1 of our Patreon is gonna be called, I don't know, Ben's hiccup.
You get
Put Ben's hiccups in a
exclusive
jar for
audio
you.
clips of the hiccuping for use in your own campaigns.
It's the first tier.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that out.
Gotta be a gold tier sponsor right there.
All right. Where was I? Oh yes. So you walk, front and center to him right there. You walk
Okay.
front and center right up to him.
Somebody scoop me up there.
Backflip.
Ben's really got this thing about mind control and being able to. He's done it like 9 times during this campaign. He's got a thing for it,
Not back up. Put him in the middle of the room.
like
'Cause-
kissing.
And Voldir is in a big throne, so he's in the middle of those two squares. Yes, I know it's weird.
Yeah,
Geometric.
You draw a big throat of bones. Sick. That's dope. Yeah, dog.
Nice.
Cole's got a raging throne right over here.
That's a good one. I like that. A throner.
Just now, what to do with you?
Talk to us. What's your
Nothing.
What's your like
Nothing.
charisma?
Let me go.
What's your charisma or your charisma 0?
Says no, that wouldn't be fun at all.
Sure, it would be a blast. Let me go. We'll take some photos, exchange numbers, and then let me go.
He waves his hand and the floor drops out from under you. Away. Dexterity save.
Like trapdoor drop out,
Trapdoor
or
drop down, yeah.
or just like dissolves.
Like trapdoor
Okay.
kind of drop.
This is all. It seems more
Can I, since I'm proficient in acrobatics, can I feel the floor starting to drop and make a leap towards one of these pillars?
That's what the dexterity save.
Backflip.
Okay.
Backflip.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, it's always a back.
Ooh, backflip.
21.
21. Okay, so you managed to grab the ledge,
What's in the pit? Is
and
it
you
a
start
canyon?
to pull yourself up, and it's just darkness beneath you. And he says, "No.
Does he close the hole?
You're
Does I draw a hole in the floor?
He says the path leads only downward for you, and you feel compelled to let go of the ledge.
Oh, that's such a cop out, Ben. You son of a bitch.
You fall into the pit.
You make the dexterity save, so he's like, now you feel
No.
compelled to fall into it.
No, just No.
You're going to that hole.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Well,
Well, you're gone.
yeah. I mean, you failed the saving throw. What are you saying?
Goodbye.
All right. So
No, we
just
passed it.
make the just a 2x2 square of pit in the
Two
middle of the
by
room.
two.
Yeah, 2 squares by 2 squares. It's a 10-foot
Jesus.
10-foot pit.
0.4 by 0.4.
0.4 by 0.4.
I like curves. I just they're safer.
With a loop.
Oh yeah. Look at the look.
For God's sake.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just lay him down in the center there.
And prepare to fight the Rancor.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay, so back to the rest of the stuff. You see a hole in the door, and you can't see that he fell in, but you can see into the room, and you just see the column there and some hieroglyphics and such.
Try and use my warhammer to smash against this invisible barrier.
No effect.
Alright.
So we are
Boing.
in the other room. You open the door to the
Should have stayed
other room
bored in
back
the
there.
library.
Zavros, you're still back there with the flaming skulls?
No, I'm moving. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this thing's? I mean, it's obviously
Went on
important,
to the
but
next
well,
door.
When you open that door, we're going back to when you open that door because things happened that I ignored because things are happening over here.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you open
yeah.
the door,
Yeah.
and you can see this thing, and you realize what it is and you make the connections, and then you realize that there are 2 big flaming skulls
Yeah.
in the room. At which point they turn and look at you.
Yeah.
At which point you see the engine thing sort of just like almost shake,
Oh,
start to
God.
shake as something activates in it, and out of the corner of your eye, the tanks drain, and through the glass, the now zombified drow burst out, and we will begin with initiative. We'll start with initiative next time.
I was just about to say, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9:40.
We will start in combat at the beginning of combat
This
next
is where
time.
Crud shines in combat.
I think Crunch did a great job in drawing today. Good job,
Alright,
Kevin.
folks.
I think it was
Yes.
great.
That's
Kudos
true.
to Crunch's
I did
character
draw.
player
Yeah,
for
it was
the drawings
fantastic.
today. Excellent stuff.
Ignore this line.
Spit on it.
Never
Somebody take a picture of this real quick so that we can know where stuff.
When we're not here.
All of this.
Board
You don't
games.
want to
Are you
know.
cheating on us with another board game group? How often do you play board games?
Pretty often,
I wish I did. I try, but my friends suck.
more often recently. All right, so
You're not gonna come over and play board games.
tune in next week for
No,
more
Yeah.
of nonsense that we
We'll see what I
get
got.
going. See you next week.
Smash that subscribe button, comment, like.